And we picked up on his tracks just after you left us. I say we. Herbie picked up on his tracks going south along the Mwati drainage line. What do you see there? Ah, whereabouts? It was a lovely bird, but it has unfortunately flown away. There is a certain inevitability to that. So, we've got the lovely Tingana. We found him. Herbie actually said to me, these tracks are very, very fresh. And as he said that, I saw him up in front of us. It is amazing. Now, this is where knowing your leopards is relatively important, because we know when to push and when not to push. And it was very important with Tingana absolutely not to push the situation. Shongile and Hosanna are perfect on foot. Karula is lovely on foot to an extent. But Tingana is not. He's not a leopard that is comfortable with people on foot. As soon as he saw us, the only reason I saw him was because he was getting up to move away from us. And that's why we've come back and we've fetched the vehicle. So if you're wondering, because of course, yes, this is bushwalk, and absolutely we'll trade out places. As soon as Brent gets here, he's welcome to come and sit here. There's a good chance that Tingana is going to start calling at some point. But we had to come and approach him in the vehicle. There was no way on earth we were going to get you a view of Tingana on foot. He was just a disappearing patch of spots. And it's very important, because if we tried to walk him again one more time, he would have got up and moved, and he would have kept moving, and he probably would have crossed south out of our boundary. Now, the fact that we saw him, moved away, got the vehicle and came back is kind of exactly how we wanted things to play out. Hey boy, are you panting? Now, I've been thinking the same thing, KL Swift, and it is lovely to hear from you. Thank you for sending through your question. KL Swift, you want to know whether or not Tingana would be a threat to Shongile. My instinctive response to that is no. I don't think he would do her any harm. They've been seen sharing kills together. They've been seen many times together with their mother, with Karula. So I don't think so. And of course, Tingana is most likely the father of Shongile. But then strange things do happen. Luckily, he's actually quite far south of where Shongile was, which is perfect. I mean, he's moved away from where Brent's left Shongile. Is he a threat? Probably not, but strange things happen. Unfortunately, it's just one of those things. We saw Tingana, we know that Tingana killed Shaluva for no apparent reason, that older female leopard. It seems as though Brent is on his way to join us as well. This is marvelous. He can come and swap places, and we can continue our bushwalk with what little light we have. I'm quite reluctant to leave now, Viam. I know. I want to stay here. This is our leopard sighting. No, that is the job of bushwalk, is to find things and then to lead the vehicles in. I was just concerned. One of the reasons why we came back straight back to the vehicle was because we didn't want him to disappear. And he hasn't. Hello? Right, what we're going to do is we are going to send you over to Brent, who has just arrived, see how he feels about this particular sighting, and I'm going to see how on earth I'm going to get out of here.
Well, isn't this exciting? I was going so slowly sneaking through, but I didn't realize they were on Maggie the Mahindra. Sorry? He's a very sneaky guy on foot. He's probably one of the most difficult leopards we have to track on foot. He really doesn't like to be seen on foot. And I'm just going to move back a little bit so Jamie can get some space to get out. But he's just off here. Now, we do love Maggie the Mahindra, but she is not the quietest car and not the easiest car to off-road through the bush with, because she's long, and we've got these short wheelbases, so we can follow through very tricky areas. Although Shongile went into such a tricky area, we had to leave. And if I have to leave, then you really know you can't get a car in there. Uh-oh. It seems like Maggie the Mahindra doesn't want to start.
There's a certain inevitability to this.
Uh-oh. VM looks very upset about the car not starting. He's got a big smile on his face. Oh, there we go. Maggie has come to life. Okay, let's hope. Do you need me to move? It looks like there's enough space for Jamie to sneak through.
Sometimes drive a big car.
Well, bye guys.
Bye-bye.
Thank you very much.
Enjoy. No problem.
Here we go, off they go.
I have
If you're heading back towards
I'm not switching off.
Vuyatela, just she might pop up on Twin Dam. She went into that really thick stuff in the Timboiti thickets. Okay. Cool. Hey, good luck. Hello, Fatty. Now, after seeing a very small leopard like Shongile, we're now sitting with the opposite end of the scale in Tingana. He is a massive male. Rolf. So Rolf is desperate for leopards, and Rolf, if you come onto Battalier Road, you go past the small mud wallows, and then turn south. You should get our visual. He's stationary at the moment. FM Tingana. There he is. Now, as what Jamie was saying just before she left there is she hopes he calls. So here's the dominant territorial male in this area. So if he does get moving, and we're at that right time of the day where we hope he's going to sit there and he's going to go give us a loud rasping roar to proclaim his dominance over all the leopards around here. But for now, he's having a snooze. And of course, he stole that impala kill from Mvula, so he's looking quite well fed, and you can see the heavy panting. Now, remember, if you have any questions for us, hashtag Safari Live on Twitter. We would love to hear from you. And how wonderful. This is what we've seen 4 leopards on this sunset safari. Isn't that absolutely spectacular? Now, if we have a look, the sun is about to set. It is absolutely gorgeous sunset through the trees as Tingana tucks his head down to carry on snoozing. And you can see there that awesome golden light filtering through. Very peaceful time of the day. And temperatures dropped a little bit, and I am hoping it won't be too long before Mr. T decides to start walking and calling. Now, Shongile is about 1.5 kilometers or so directly to the north of where we are. And so it's probably a good thing she doesn't run into him just yet. He could be a possible threat to her, so she should try to avoid him. Now, I know James is searching for Tingana's consort and Shongile's mom. Let's see if he's had any luck in the north of Djuma. Yes, we are waiting for Tingana to start talking, to start those territorial saws, but at the moment he is a very relaxed kitty cat, and he's having a good snooze. He's got a nice full belly, and I'm hoping it's not too long before he gets moving. Now, he can really walk. He's got a very big territory, probably 6,000 or 7,000 hectares, which means he's constantly on the march and trying to make sure that he doesn't have any interlopers coming in from all directions, in fact. And you can see the little twitches. Oh, there's a little stretch. Are you going to get up? No, I think it's just the biting flies that have caused him to stretch. Now, this is a magnificent specimen. He is in his prime. He's big, he's beautiful, and he's definitely the boss of these parts. Hey, big boy. Now, as Jamie said, when they were following him on foot, he kept just jogging or sneaking away from them. He's done that to me on foot many, many times. He is very sneaky, and the first time I ever found him on foot was just in the drainage line, just above the treehouse waterhole, and I saw the tracks going in there, and I walked, I found him, I went back, fetched the car, couldn't find him again. And then as I got out of the car, he appeared from a little log right next to me. We had been hiding. I must have been 3 meters from him. But for me, the most memorable experience I've had with Mr. T on foot was actually not too far from here, just across this little river system. It was with Dave, was on camera with me. Oh, look at the little testiculars, just spotted him. And you can hear the panic in the testicular. And flick, there it goes. Flick, 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 flick. Oh, is it a prinia? It's a prinia. It's not a testicular. I apologize. It's a tawny-flanked prinia. That was very bad of me. Naughty Brent. But leopard, 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 go away, leopard. Please go away, leopard. Now, of course, he's not much threat to a testicular, and a prinia, and a prinia is not much of a meal to him. But often when they do get spotted like this and the birds start harassing them, they will maybe get up and moving. So we're going to hope that the prinia's alarm calls will send Tingana on the march. But while we do that, it sounds like Jamie's got a bird that might eat a little tawny-flanked prinia.
Let's do that.
Well, it looks like he walked he walked less than 50 meters and went back to snooze. So that's not uncommon as with the big cats. And even though they do sleep for 18 hours a day, which means he's probably mobile for a good 6 hours a day, but they're often in short little bits like that. I mean, he called, walked 50 meters, went back to sleep. So he will keep doing that. And we're definitely going to stick with him, because if he carries on this line, he is actually going to leave Djuma. So he is heading south. We're probably about 2 kilometers from our southern boundary. So we're going to definitely enjoy as much time with the monster male leopard Tingana as we can. So I'm hoping he is going to start soaring again shortly. It is a wonderful sound. Often we get asked, what is your favorite sound in the bush? And I find it so difficult because I love all of them so much. I mean, from lions to hyenas to leopards to jackal to the rumbles of elephants. It's just too difficult to choose. They're all so wonderful. Now, of course, I've got a quiz for everyone, and it's based on bigger cats. So, who can name all the big cats that fall within the Panthera family? I will give you one: Panthera pardus, the leopard. So, who can name the other big cats that fall within the Panthera family? Hashtag Safari Live if you know the answer. What are the other big cats that fall within the Panthera family? I think that's a good one. I think that should get the grey matter churning, because I don't think it's easy as you think it is. Now, of course, the thing that separates the Pantheras from the other cat species is the hyoid apparatus that has been modified so they can roar and soar. Oh, that's the only clue I'm giving you. It is just the most wonderful time of the evening, and the smells at this time of the year as we go forward into the dry season are just magnificent. You can smell the grass and smell dust. It's such a difficult. Hello, Liz. And Liz has got the first answers in, and you are spot on. -1. So you said the leopard, lion, tiger, and jaguar. You're missing one. I said there's a sneaky one in there that might catch you out. So of course, the Panthera tigris is the tiger. Panthera pardus is obviously leopard, and Panthera onca, if I remember correctly, is it? Yes, Panthera onca is the jaguar, but there's one other member of the Panthera family. So, Liz, well done, nearly there. There's one other member of the Panthera family, and it is one I would love to see. Now, it should get everyone thinking. Oh, heads up. Are we going to start moving? Ellie, you've got the missing one, but you added one too many. So the mountain lion is not there, but the snow leopard, Panthera ansia, is the missing member of the Panthera family. So it's leopard, lion, jaguar, tiger, snow leopard. There we go. That are the members of the Panthera family. So I'm hoping Tingana is going to get moving again now. There's a wonderful South African. Now, just now, and now are all very different things. Confuse people. And the temperature's dropping. I can actually feel it drop now, and as that does happen, he is likely to start moving. He's got quite a full belly. Ah, there we go. Nice big yawn. That's a good sign. While we stand by here with Tingana, waiting for him to get up and moving, let's go see how Commander Bond is faring. Well, he's just breathing very heavily, Mr. T, and I thought he might get up a few seconds ago, but then his eyes got droopy again. Well, there we go. He's definitely testing the wind. You see him raise his head every now and then to have a good sniff, smelling what's about. There we go. There he does it again. Catching a scent on the breeze. Now, hopefully for us, it's the scent of Karula. Wouldn't that be wonderful? Oh, yawn. One thing I really like about Tingana is he just sort of gets up and goes. There's no sort of messing about, and he'll go from a very flat to very mobile in a very quick space of time. And I've got a sneaking suspicion he is going to get mobile shortly. Remember, if you've got any questions on male leopards in particular, hashtag Safari Live on Twitter. I'd love to hear from you. Now, we've been absolutely spoilt today with leopards. This is the fourth different leopard we saw today. Now, Ellen in Arkansas is wondering, would a male leopard kill a female leopard if he preferred another one? No, not really, Ellen. We know Tingana killed Shaluva. I think that was more of an accident. I think Shaluva was quite a big female. She just happened to be in the wrong spot at the wrong time, and I think he thought it might have been Mvula when he attacked her. Oh, another big yawn. Oh, he's got impressive teeth. And but no, he wants to mate with as many females as possible so he can spread his genetics as far and wide as possible. That's what the leopards are programmed to do. Hello. There you go. I'm telling any other male leopard that you better keep clear. This is his territory. And telling all the ladies, I'm available. Sway is wondering, at what age do leopards start mating? Well, the youngest I've heard of female leopards mating is at about 2 years. Male leopards, however, will only really start mating once they're big enough to claim their own territory. So that at the youngest is about 4.5, normally around 6, 7 years old. I think he's sent out his call. Now he's listening to see if anyone returns. Now, of course, if you heard another male leopard return that, he would be off in a flash towards that area. And it'd be interesting to see if I've been listening. I didn't hear any females returning a call. Let me have a quick little scratch and a little clean. I think he might get moving. Now, I will try stay with him. However, the area south of us is quite tricky, and there are some little ravines that we might not be able to cross in the dark. But for the moment, while he is lounging next to us, we're not moving a muscle. Lisa is wondering, will leopards alarm call when there's a threat in the area? No, Lisa, they are normally one of the threats. So leopards, if there's a threat to the leopard, they'll try either slink away or get up a tree where it's safe. But the alarm calling is generally done by birds and species that get eaten a lot. One of the only predators that I know that alarm calls at leopards and lions is the side-striped jackal, and they let off a little yip, yip, yip when they spot a predator. But most of the other predators do not alarm call. Gives away their position. And of course, they are all trying to eat things. I always love it how they lick their paws, get their paws nice and damp, and then clean their faces. Here we go. Up. No. He's just cleaning his delicates, but I think he is going to get moving now. Very shortly. Now, where's my spotlight? There it is. I'll just get my spotlight ready in case. Hi, Sean. Sean is wondering, do leopards sleep on the ground at night? Well, Sean, one of the biggest sort of misdemeanors is that leopards always sleep in trees. They don't. They sleep on the ground far more often than they sleep in a tree. And they'll normally be sleeping in a tree if it's very hot and the biting flies are bad, or if there's potential threat around. But yes, they will sleep on the ground. Oh, excuse. Oh, it looks like he's not going to move anywhere just yet. He's going to have a snooze. And I just need to be on the game drive radio quickly to help someone find us. So while I do that, let's go see if Commander Bond is having any luck. So there we go. He's walking right past us. We will try to stick with him as much as we can. As I said, this is St. Mark. Quite a difficult area, I'm hoping. That is so awesome. So absolutely incredible. I never ever get bored of spending time out in the bush. Greg. Greg, make your way towards Mumba. He's mobile south. I will stick with him. Okay, we're going to try and stick with him. I'm hoping if he stays on this big elephant path, there's actually a little spot where I can get the vehicle through the river. But if he goes off to the left or to the right, we're in trouble. Oh, he's got himself stuck in a thorn. He got himself stuck in a little Sisyphus. Marianne, hello. Marianne is in the Lone Star Estate. And Marianne, I'm just going to hope there's no stump inside here. Just give me a second, Marianne. There's not, okay. Marianne wants to know, why do cats start yawning and cleaning before they get moving? Well, Marianne, the yawning is to get some oxygen into him. Oh dear, has this last rain stopped my crossing point? Oh, I'm just going to try and move. There's a puddle of water there where he's going to drink. There we go. So, fortunately, it looks like I can still cross here over the rocks. Now, Marianne, well, the cleaning is just sort of, all the big cats do it. Stretching, cleaning, yawning. It's sort of the precursor to movement. And, of course, he's going to now go get grass and other stuff all over his face again. So next time he stops, he will probably clean again before he goes for a nap, and then again nap, and then start cleaning and yawning. The yawning is to get more oxygen. Obviously, the same reason we yawn, and when they want to get moving, or about to get moving, they want to get those lungs nice and full of oxygen. He is in such good condition. He's really at the prime of his life at the moment. Now, the one, I think he's bitten off a bit too much territory, and that's why he's constantly on the march, because he's got quarantine coming in from the southeast and from the east. He's got Djuma coming in from the north, Anderson to the west. So he's constantly patrolling to make sure those other leopards don't come into his territory. And of course, he's got lots of females. Well, we are still holding out hope for Karula, but Karula, Tandi, Shadow, Kuchava, who else? I'm just trying to remember now. And there's, I suppose, but then that's 4 females alone within his territory. But we always know females will move out of territory to mate. So there's a chance he will mate with Salahesh, Ingrid's Dam, other females that we don't see too often. Oh, it's Thirsty Boy. It's so still at the moment. Just the odd buzz of an insect and the distant call of a fiery-necked nightjar. Hello, Mr. Kidd. Well, we've got a question from Dave Kidd, who went to school with me and with Scott, and has actually visited us here in camp. So nice to hear from you, kiddo. And Dave wants to know, what are the chances he's going to hunt? I think they're not too high. He's quite full. He stole a kill from Mvula yesterday, and he is making lots of noise as he moves. But of course, being the opportunist, if he spots something, there's always a chance he will take that opportunity. So hopefully, my fingers are crossed that he might hunt. But I think it's probably unlikely. He's going to go drink the one puddle dry, and he's going to drink out of the other puddle. Now, he didn't drink it dry, and I think he put his foot in it, made it a little bit muddy, so he moved across to the other side. Now, he's taken down some very big prey. We found him on an adult kudu kill before, and he went through a stage where he was probably the biggest bane of aardvark in the northern Sabi Sands, and he killed 4 or 5 in a space of about 6 months. And the only aardvark I've seen here, it was hanging in a tree, and he'd put it there. He's also a really big fan of warthogs. We've watched him actually go completely under the ground. What are you doing? He doesn't want to get his feet wet. Completely under the ground to actually hunt warthog before. We saw him come out with a piglet. So magnificent. I'm just going to wait to see where he goes. Now, as I said, thankfully, that late rain didn't stop my crossing point. It made it a little bit more difficult, but not too difficult. Okay. I'm going to concentrate on getting through here. So while I do that, let's go see how the command Batman is going. Well, he gave us quite the slip, and he disappeared after we went through that little tough spot. Oh dear, I've fallen into an elephant hole. Don't get stuck. There we go. So he gave us a slip, so we just came around to the Mawati. And here he comes. He's going to walk right next to us. Hey, big man. So he's right next to us now. There we go. He's going to go past us. So I'm going to have to turn around. And he's getting very close to the boundary now. Now, Sandy's asked a very interesting question. Hold on, Sandy, I don't want to get stuck. And that is... I can't see. Okay, there we go. How long will it take him to circle his territory? And Sandy, it depends. He did it in a day and a half the other day. He was on a serious mission, but normally it takes him about a week if he's not in a rush. Oh, turning in the sand is not fun. Hold on. Oh, has he disappeared again? No, there he is. Wonderful. It was always so much fun following these guys. I'm trying to guess when you lose them where they're going to pop out. And it's very rewarding when you get it right, but often we get it wrong. Okay. Oh, he's going to go through there. We might get a little bit of breakup as we duck through the Mawati Arch, as I like to call it. And, well, we're not going to risk signal breakup. We're in the last 60 seconds, so we're just going to watch him disappear as he moves down the riverbed. Stand by one. And scent marking as he goes. And he's going to disappear into the darkness, and we're going to let him carry on. Oh, I don't want to see. Maybe we can get it for a little bit longer. Is he going to go out of the riverbed? Okay, there we go. So from Senzo and I, Senzo is obviously ecstatic. First live leopard kill, and he's got to see Tingana, who is disappearing into the darkness. It has been a wonderful sunset safari. We've had Tumba, Tandi, Shongile, and Tingana. So from all of us here, it has been so special, and we can't wait to do it all again tomorrow. And it's very, very exciting to live in the African bush and get to follow these creatures day in and day out. So from all of us here at Safari Live, it's been amazing. Bon nuit, and we see you in the morning.